is the Goodlife Outdoorsman channel. Well, today I had the day off because it's super cold out. It doesn't look like it is. It's super sunny and but the wind's blowing like 20 from the north and the feel like is like 20 degrees. But I'm at my buddy's farm pond that you guys seen a little ice fishing video here. I did saving the pond video where I caught a bunch of little bluegills, little crappies, and I took them out. Well, it's like mid-April and I've been here once and the water was absolutely just immaculately clear, and from the looks of it, it didn't get muddied up from some of our rains that we had, so that's super exciting. That's a plus right away off the bat, so I already have a better feeling that we might catch something today. I'm going to start off fishing for bass. That's my goal today, is bass fishing. I'm going to be throwing a drop shot. That's my main goal. Is I'm trying to learn using a drop shot a little more. So I'm going to throw a drop shot. I'm going to throw a couple of little moving things. The last 2 days got really cold, so I don't know how much affected the water temp, especially on a small body of water like this. But the sun is high and it's not as windy here as I expected, so I'm glad that I chose to come here. So after that, I do have some night crawlers or worms if the bass fishing does not go well, and we'll try to catch something out of here. Either way, we're going to hopefully catch something today, and I'm going to shut up now and grab my stuff, and then we're going to walk on down there. Alright, the water is a little more stained than I'd like, but it's way better than a mud pit, I suppose. It is a little windy, so I apologize. But we're gonna start on the dam. The dam has some chunk rock all along it, so I'm hoping that they're kind of hanging out by that rock. Like I said, I'm gonna throw a little drop shot and some moving crankbait, and then I also have a jig tied on. So, and then we'll go from there and maybe use some night crawlers and drag along the bottom or something. See what we can find. There's catfish in here, there's crappie and bluegill, other stuff. But alright, I'm gonna shut up and start fishing. There we go, drop shot. I'm gonna start out like this. Actually, I'm gonna start out with my crankbait and then I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna really just slowly go with my crankbait and then I'm gonna drop shot. So be really quiet because this dock's kind of loud, but I'm gonna start out with just a bluegill crankbait. Yeah, it looks pretty good in this water. Water's not super clear, but it's not murky, or it's not muddy. So just gonna. Oh, there we go. First cast. Are you kidding me? That's a big one. That's a big one. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. He's coming right at the dock. Oh my god, guys. That's a giant. That is a giant. He annihilated that bluegill. It is gone. Oh my god. Oh my god. First cast. Are you shitting me? Sorry for the language. Oh my god. That crankbait is gone. Oh my god. What in the heck just happened? Are you kidding me? Guys, look at that fish. He's not a super giant, but I don't know if you guys can see that. That crankbait is gone. I gotta get that out as soon as possible. And then we're gonna get a weight on it. Oh my god. I think we got it. Alright, I got that crankbait out safely. I'm gonna go dip her in the water and then we're gonna get a weight. Look at that fish. First cast, are you kidding me? Alright, she's got a little more move in her. She's not bleeding, so that's good. Let's get a weight on her. There she is. Okay. 401. That's what we got here. A 4-pounder. Hell yes. That's what's up right there. That's awesome. What an absolute tank of a fish for the first one. Here she is. I'm gonna look at her. There she goes. Underneath the back. That's awesome. Let's see her. Holy crap. Heck yes, guys. That is awesome. Let's get another fish. That was the first cast. That's awesome. I've already fished this place twice in this year and haven't had much luck, but it's like, the feel like it's 20 degrees. I mean, it's bluebird sky. Bass, there's another one. There's another one. He's a baby. They might be schooled up right there. That is nuts. He swam off so fast. Same exact cast. It's right along here. It's like 3 foot of water. I know this because this is when I ice fished this. I tried to fish up here and it was super shallow. And wow, that I'm just shaking right now because I didn't expect to catch absolutely anything today. First cast, 4-pounder. It's not an absolute giant, but that's my biggest fish of the year. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Holy crap. And then another fish right away. Ooh. Alright. This could be a good day. And I haven't even picked up like a drop shot or anything else. First cast at the crank. Just a 1.5 KVD and a bluegill pattern. There's bluegills in here, so they're definitely, that fish was definitely chunky, eating hard. I mean, didn't hesitate. That thing was gone. Like I said, the wind's blowing from that direction into this bank, and you guys can probably see those rocks, but they stretch along this whole bank here, and that's about the only structure on this lake. There might be a couple little sticks or brush piles out in the center, but basically these rocks is about the only thing that they can relate to in this pond. That's just nuts. And I only have fished like a quarter of the pond too. 2 fish in the first like 5 minutes. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. I am. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Maybe it could. State record or something. But I'll take it. See if they're pushed up on the rocks or sitting off of them. That first big fish was sitting way off, so I'm not sure if they're sitting on like a drop right before the rocks, the transition, or what. I'll tell you what, guys, it's actually starting to get cold now. I got plenty of layers on, but my hands are cold. I haven't felt this cold since ice fishing. But it's Nebraska for you. I want to toss this crank a little more, just a couple more times, and then switch over to that drop shot. Because, I don't know, I think these fish, no one fishes this pond except I do. I mean, there might be a few people that fish this, but I'm mainly the main person that fishes it. But still, like, these, as soon as these fish see something once or twice, they don't really go after it again. I can't say I've ever really thrown a crankbait here. I totally forgot I had something. So I got this bluegill right here. But I also have a miniature bluegill. I think I'm gonna throw this on and see if I can't produce a bigger bite with something smaller. This could be this could be something. and it's not gonna dig into that the bottom as much as I'm picking up a ton of crap with this one compared to that I might with this one. So this might be the deal. Alright, I tied the smaller version on. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to cast it very far, but it seems to do just fine. Looks good in the water. I just watched him eat it. It's not a big one, but that was sweet. I watched the flash of him eat that. It's like a perfect size crank for this little feller. I don't know where he came from, but I think he came out from underneath the bank. He's pretty though. Little small guy. Crushed the little guy. I seen it. I was just kind of kept my rod tip high, dragging it because it's like 2 foot along this bank, and oh, that ain't gonna catch me. Oh, there we go. I was slow reeling it, and he darted from somewhere, and I watched him just come up and crush it right off the surface. I was about to pull it out of the water, basically. Got one, I think. Yeah, I do. I thought I did. Where you going, bud? No. Stuck on the grass. What a little baby. Little baby. Okay. Alright. Alright, so maybe I was just throwing the right crankbait. But see, these big ones are probably going to be more picky than these little fellers. So far what I've came to the conclusion is by downsizing, I can get more bites, but not necessarily the size, is what I'm thinking here. So either way, I'm having fun. I'm out here catching fish. I probably wouldn't be out if it wasn't sunny and bluebird skies, because that sun is definitely changing the game to how cold it could be out here. If you guys watch my ice fishing video from this pond, you know that there's a ton of small bass and a ton of small bait fish. We didn't land anything big that day, unfortunately. I'm not sure. I'm still confused on where those bigger fish could go in the winter, or if they are just completely lethargic where they're just not going to bite because this pond's so small and it doesn't have that great depth. That was embarrassing. Right there. Oh, chill, bud. There we go, right at my feet, basically. Another little guy. Nothing down the old chopper. Right at my feet. I'm catching fish. I mean, it looks beautiful out, but it's really not. Otherwise I wouldn't be as bundled up as I am. It's still not even that great since these are pretty small fish, but at this point I don't care. I'm catching fish and I'm not inside. down. That's a larger one. Not too much larger. That's not larger at all. He just hit it really hard. Don't do it. There we go. I don't even know what number of bass that is. I haven't been keeping track at all. But I'll take it, man. That was way down there. And it was like third crank. I think that was the next cast after I released that other one too. So what I've learned is by downgrading the size of this crankbait, I don't even know what size this is. Probably like a 1. I don't even know. I had this thing. The first crank I used was a 1.5, and that's a 2 to 5. And I'm assuming this is a like 1 to 3 or something like that. It's not. It doesn't dive that deep. I'm gonna assume it's like a 1 to 3. And it seems to be working. These fish are shallow. That sun's up. And I don't think that cold front really damaged the water too much, maybe like 5 degrees or so. And these fish are pretty active. The sun's been up longer, and I think that's what matters the most. I think the wind changed on us a tad bit too. Maybe not, but this is technically wind blown too. Was stupid. Definitely. Ooh. Yeah, I definitely kicked up a big fish right there. I don't know what it was, and this was a dumb mistake. Oh. At least my thumb was on the reel. That could have been a lot worse than what it was. Went to go make a long cast, hard cast. And crank got stuck in the tree. I kicked up some. I either bumped into a fish, or I really did have a fish and I yanked it out of its mouth, because there is a big mud cloud right where that happened, right there. I don't know if you guys can see the coloration in the water there. There's a big mud cloud from where that happened. Are those eggs? Those are eggs. What the hell? What's spawning? Those are 100% eggs. What the hell? Getting a lot windier. I think the bass might be spawning in here. There is picking up like stuff with eggs on it. 100%. Like little sticks and grass that I may be like grazing over their beds or something. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, water temps were like 60 degrees not too long ago, before this cold front. They easily could be on beds right now. That's usually where they spawn, is up below those rocks. Yeah, that's eggs right there. I don't know if you guys see that. Is that eggs? I'm going to throw them back in the water if they are, but I don't know if I'm going to throw this crankbait anymore. If you guys enjoyed today's video, I had a lot of fun. I know it wasn't an absolute banger of a video or whatever you call it these days, but I had a lot of fun. You know, I was stuck inside on the cold day, and it actually turned out to be an absolute beautiful day. The sun's shining, and it wasn't as windy as I thought. I hope the wind noise wasn't bad on the GoPro, but it honestly wasn't that windy here, and I mean, it's picking up here and there, but all in all, I thought it was a pretty successful day. I mean, I'm bundled up, I got my warm clothes on, and we caught some fish. In the first cast, we caught a dang 4-pounder. That's the biggest fish, personally, this year. Not my PB or anything, not an absolute giant, but for Nebraska, that's a pretty good fish, and I just can't believe how much he choked that crankbait. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was something different. I will be back here to find some big ends, maybe do some pan fishing videos, maybe catfish, find out what else lives in here because I have no idea. All in all, just let me know what you guys want to see on this channel. I'm open to new ideas, old stuff, and I just want to have fun and teach you guys something. With all that being said, I know right now in our time is not the most positive scenario happening right now, and I hope that all of you guys are being safe, that your family's safe. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm doing all right. My family's doing all right. It's tough times, but I'm fortunate enough to be able to get out and go fish a little bit here in Nebraska, and I've been doing my social distancing part, and I am fortunate that I still get to work. I'm a landscaper, so I do outside work away from everybody. But enough yip yapping. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and until next time.